ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula 1 racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. A full grid lined up some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, once and all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's break down and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the pressure in the traction zone. My friends can round up another overtake on 1v3 trademark. This is round 3. Timo cracks under the pressure once again.
And Timo are oh, he hits the pit! Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
How many times did you see how many times Timo was trying to get into the pit?
Yep. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the EGL channel. And this is the SLR League racing scene. You are here once again for round 2 of Tier 4 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Alongside me tonight is Mr. Inferno Koi. How are you doing, sir?
Hello. I am personally not very well, but I am still excited. I'm sure there'll be some action on track today.
Yeah, it's looking the track's looking very nice under the bright, well, it's a bright sunshine, but no, it's the middle of the night. It's the moon. Yeah, under the lights in Bahrain as we're on board with Ace Boy. This track, obviously it's a night race, but tyre temps are still an issue. It's in the desert, and obviously with this game as well, tyre temps being such an important factor in the race trim of things, with the new tyre pressure on setup. So low tyre pressures around here will be key this evening.
Yeah, I think Bahrain is one of the tracks that's more difficult on the tyres than a lot of other tracks. It's definitely something where you can't just not think about it and do a soft medium. You've got to evaluate and weigh up your options as to what kind of strategy you want to do. I think two-stopping is more than viable here, and You can start on the mediums, go medium hard, go soft hard, go soft medium soft. There's a lot of options, I think, for the drivers, and I think in the race we will see quite a big variety of strategies. At least I hope.
Yeah, and you see the cars going on their first outlap. Some people actually use that there. Is that Van? I think that might be Van. No, it's not. It's actually Mehmet TV.
No doubt.
Yeah, Mehmet TV. His Williams had a little spin there. I know that curb can easily set you up. Yes, and thank you, Terra, because I literally just forgot about that. That should be better now.
Slowed to a stop, back
Yes.
straight.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
a
curb is
bit.
lethal if you get your front right tyre on it when you're going at those speeds. It's a definite spin. He's going to come back into the pits. But Pixel then in the lead with a 26.9 at the moment on the softs. The other two behind him setting their first runs on the mediums. So it'll be interesting to see if people are going to try and qualify on the softs or the medium.
Oh, and Faum there. He's out of the session. He's like he's had an incident. Just coming onto the back straight at that corner you were talking about.
Yeah,
Just
it's,
now,
it's
and,
very easy
he's-
to
he's
do,
done.
yeah. Oh, he's there on the right hand side. His wheel off.
That's him. He'll be starting at the back of the grid. And all it takes is that one mistake.
Yeah, indeed. And speaking of Tier 4 in general, obviously last week was the first race. So we have a look at the championship standings, shall we? Let's have a look if we bring these up. I'm hoping that I'm remembering my hotkeys correctly, otherwise nothing is changing on stream. So let's, I'll just tab out quick to check it's working. I'm a very professional streamer, and yes, it is working okay. Here are your standings, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely Bot is in P1 with 25 points from winning last round after some penalties from the FIA. Ace Boy is in P2 for Renault with 18 points, and the rest is just going to be the same. The same order they finished P1 round 1 in. So that's your standings.
Go
at the
you to
moment.
take the overlay off.
Yeah, I've done that. The stream's just a bit laggy. See, this is my first time streaming. You really can't tell. Yeah, I've taken the overlay off. There we go. Yeah. Back to the action.
Alright, good.
So we're seeing a number of cars have done their first laps, coming out to start their second now. So it looks like some people are committing to the softs. This is really a track that you were talking about earlier, that you have to commit to your strategy. You can't just go into the race thinking
There's a lot of
not what to do.
thinking involved. Even
Oh! Sorry, but Crystal's there, invalidating his lap, but nearly lost the car, coming onto the same straight that Faum lost it as well. So proving difficult for these Tier 4 drivers, that curb at the moment.
it's looking like a total killer for the Tier 4 boys today. Very easy to lose traction if you give it too much throttle and touch that curb.
Yeah, I've done it many times myself.
So, you can already see a bit of divergence in the strategy. As you said, we've got most people on softs, but there are a few medium runners out there. And if you can sneak into the top 10 on mediums, you've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, look
especially
at...
if everyone around you's on the softs. You have it'll feel like you have a real advantage after a few laps, and the softs just completely drop off.
Max goes P4 in his Scarlet Red Ferrari, revving out nicely there. And yeah, it's definitely Bot in P2 on the mediums. We know he did win last race, so he does have the pace. So if you have the pace, I think mediums are the way to go.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling confident in himself, I suppose, taking the W last week.
And
I think if he can get anywhere near the front on the mediums, he'll be very happy. you get to pit later than the softs, which means your hards also go longer and they're less worn by the end.
Yeah.
And I think the medium hard strategy might be the sort of optimal one in pure race time. But of course, races aren't all about pure race time. You may have things like safety cars to deal with that can really throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, the mediums give you a lot more opportunity to vary your strategy as the race goes on. Gives you more options. As we're riding on board with Philip Titus here as Mema TV, and the Williams goes P2 after his early incident. And yeah, coming through this tricky hairpin now onto the back straight is very easy to lock up if you don't run ABS, and he looks to get that near on perfect. Maybe he could have taken a bit more curb, but we're not in the car, so we can't judge for certain. But yeah, this is where you really want to extend the track on the entry, turn in as late as possible to straighten up your car, and then this is the curb that you do not want to hit, and extending all the track on the left there. And it looks like Philip Titus is on a pretty good lap as he's going to come through the final corners.
Looking tidy. He goes wide and cuts across. Out onto the home straight. We'll see if he can put himself up towards among the front runners.
Oh.
No, that's a 29.5. It's right at the back.
He did have a bit of like oversteer out of the corners. He wasn't opening his steering wheel as much as he could. But yeah, I'm sure Philip Titus will be wanting to improve on that. I know he's very competitive.
He's got one more shot to make it count.
And who else is on the lap? I think Flesh River is on one as well. He's coming to finish it. And you want to extend a lot on the entry to the final corner. It's almost going into the brake marker boards. You want to be that far out. And he comes across the line then. And he's going to go pole with a 26.3. KK Hunter behind him goes a 26.6. But Flesh River, the standout from that run, and I assume that would be his final run, considering he's on the softs, unless he's going to have enough time to come back and go out again.
He's definitely got enough time to go for another one. I suppose it's up to him whether he wants to use another set, because he should have an extra set of softs. But there's definitely some merit to keeping a set spare in case perhaps a late safety car or something like that.
And one person to shout out is Kebab. P3, 26.8. He's been improving rapidly recently. I know a few months ago he was at the back, but now he's among the front runners and on pure pace as well. So very happy to see him up there.
Yeah, it's always great to see people sort of move through the grid in their own way over time, especially with these lower tiers. You can see a rapid sort of change of fortune, as it were, and when people really stick to the game and put some time in to get better, and they can see results very quickly. And Kebab's been, I think, a great example of that.
Yeah, and of course his teammate as well, Shaka, improving a lot recently as we see Edward got a bit loose on that hairpin on the exit. He's looking to make this lap count. Must have invalidated his first runs or made a mistake, but interestingly he's on the mediums and he gets on the curb, and that is going to send him spinning, and I'm actually quite happy about that because it gives me a chance to test out the replay. Hang on. Oh, look at that.
High-tech stuff.
It's going to replay. Apparently it's replaying now. Do you see the spin? There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I can't even see what's on at the moment, so there you go. But yeah, that's a prime example of on board what happens if you get on the curb. You don't want that.
Yeah, I suppose, is he coming back in? He is coming back in, so he's going to get a fresh set on and try again from the look of it. They have to do something. He doesn't want to be starting right at the back. He's going to need some kind of time. And there is a wide discrepancy in time. So as I said, Flesh River provisional pole at the moment with a 26.3, down to Philo in 15th at a 29.5. So there's a lot of variety in timings on the board. So, and a few tenths can make a big difference.
And 2 SRL Pixel looking to put in. Actually, he's on the mediums now, so maybe made a big mistake in the last lap, or backed off a bit, but it'll be interesting to see if he can improve on the mediums, because he did do his first run on the softs.
Yeah, he must fancy himself on them. I guess in that first run was very much a banker lap, and he thinks he can go faster on the medium. Otherwise, you are just sort of wasting a set. So he's got to be confident in his abilities. And I see pole at the moment, 26.3, he's 0.6 off. I think a low 26 on the mediums would be very fast. So I think if he can just shave a couple of tenths off, he'd be really happy with that. Just to get himself in the top 10, starting on the mediums. Because
And he's going to go 26.9. So he's going to put himself P4.
I think that was his previous lap. I think he's just starting his hot lap now.
Oh, okay. Did he back off the start again? Oh! A bit
Unless he may have back
oversteer.
started.
Yeah, because he wasn't... Unless it's a glitch from my HUD.
Yeah, because I'm still showing a 26.9. He had that before, and that's on the softs, from what I can see.
And who's this? It's another Haas car. And I can't... Where is it? There's a Haas car on the minimap. Oh, he's retired.
It's a Sargos or Sargos. Yeah, he's...
So he's retired without setting a time. And so has Found, so they'll be looking to get a time in, but obviously they can't now, so I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just waffling. So is Pixel still on his lap?
It's hard to tell. He's got his ERS is active.
Yeah, you'd assume if he's...
So,
But he's 2 seconds down.
right. So he hasn't turned his ERS off, but he's just driving around.
Yeah, apparently the
Sorry, Julia.
replay looked like a PowerPoint, so I'm not sure we'll be using that again. Okay, he's coming to the pits. I don't think he'll get out, and he won't get out again though. And
I'm not sure exactly how much. I reckon they've probably got about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes left. Because I know the spectators have a bit of a bug with that. That's been carried over from the last game as usual. Because it shows me as 1 minute 12, but I was sitting in the lobby for a good 2-3 minutes before anyone left the pits. So
yeah,
I imagine it counted down early.
okay. And someone else who'll be looking to improve is Van Beets with his teammate ahead of him, so they don't get in each other's way.
I think Van had an unfortunate time last week of the disqualification, I believe.
Yeah, and he's just have to back off from his time there now. So it's not getting any better for him this week.
It's showing for me that he's on his out lap right now.
Oh yeah, that's just because I'm a noob, isn't it?
I don't think he'll have too many problems backing off on his out lap.
Someone who is definitely Okay, no, I've just embarrassed myself again. Ignore me.
Nope.
I said someone who's definitely starting the lap is... What are the two Renaults doing?
Is this some teamwork? No.
It doesn't
Ace
look...
Boy is pulled off. He's just cut the corner, okay.
Oh, what? Nice driving.
He's retired on track. That shouldn't be doing that.
Right, who's coming up behind him? It's a Williams, and it will be Mehmet TV. Let's see if he's going to get in his way, because that's not going to do many favours for the FIA. He's pulled off to the side, so he should be okay.
Yeah, should be okay.
Who else we're going to keep an eye on? Let's keep an eye on Kebab. Kebab's on a lap, and he's getting a nice slipstream down the back straight.
Coming into some traffic. Who's that in front?
I think it was
Bebek's
Bibik.
got out of the way.
And he's going to be coming through the final corner now then. Is he going to be able to get those 2 tenths or maybe 4 tenths to put it on pole maybe? It would be a brilliant achievement for Kebab, as we'll see when he crosses the line in just a minute. DRS wide open. And does he improve? No, he goes 1/10 slower.
Stays P3. Bebek's is coming to the pit, so it looks like he's happy with P4. KK Hunter.
Yeah, I think he's on the lap.
Trying go pole.
We'll have a look when he comes through the second sector split in a minute, and he looks like he's going to be 1/10 up. So if he can have a good final sector, he might be on for a pole lap here. He's coming into the pits.
No. XTXP, however, has come out of nowhere, has popped himself into P2.
This is
Great lap.
only missing out by nearly 1/10, so that's a very good lap from him. Who else? I think Pixel. Is Pixel trying? Yes, he's on a lap. Back on the softs, so maybe he thought the mediums he wasn't going to be able to improve.
Yeah, it looks like they weren't cutting it for him, and he's back on the red compound. I think he may be our last runner. Looking up my leaderboard.
Yes. Locks up a bit on the rear, very easy to do as you come into the final corner. But here he comes then across the timing beam. Where's he going to put him? P3. So the top three covered by 1.5 tenths. But it's for Flesh River that takes pole XTXP P2. And Pixel there putting in a lap worthy of P3. So it looks like a good grid.
Yeah, last week's P1 and P2 definitely bought an ace boy, snuck into the top 10 on medium, so they're sort of definitely in the middle of the pack, but they might fancy themselves with their different strategy here.
So the top 7 are all starting on the softs. But then Ace Boy's in a good position in piece 8 on the mediums. So if he can go longer, he can. Well, he's got to have better grip after the first couple of laps, because I know the softs go off really quick here.
Yeah, I think he'll be hoping, provided he can stick with them for the first lap or two, he'll be hoping to make some moves, I think, after that, and work his way up the field, so that he doesn't get undercut by the guys in front of him. If he can avoid that scenario, and when he gets to pit himself later on, come out in front of them, I think that's the ideal game plan at least. But we know these races can be quite chaotic, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some spanners in the works with a safety car or something like that, or even just a huge dive bomb into turn 1. Take a few guys out, you never know.
And yeah, so I think most people at the top 10 would start on the mediums, probably some on the hards. Not a bad idea either, because, well, we're going to have to be using hards if you're doing a one-stop anyway, so why not do the reverse strategy? Van apparently now is from Barbados, according to his flag.
Had a nice holiday. Wouldn't mind one myself.
And yeah, it really depends. People have to be decisive at the start of the race. One stop or two stop. Because if you're going for a one stop, you have to look after your tyres, especially if you're on the softs. But obviously with the two stop, you can push flat out on the first lap, get as many positions, pit, undercut. But then obviously you've got the disadvantage of having to pit again. But you can't really just be hanging around waiting for something to happen here. You have to be proactive on the strategy.
Yeah, and I did mention a safety car, but I think Bahrain is probably one of the tracks where safety cars are not that likely. There is a lot of runoff space. It's not like you're going to hit the barrier and get stuck on the track. I think I saw a race the other day, and lots of incidents that you may consider a safety car being worthy of, but it just didn't happen. So we'll have to wait and see with this.
So tyres, obviously top 10 on as they qualified. And everyone outside the top 10 is on the mediums, apart from Van.
Yeah, Van there going for the rogue strategy, starting on the softs outside the top 10. There is some advantages to that, though. There is a line of thought there where if you're starting outside the top 10, you get a fresh set of softs. The guys that start on the softs at the front, they've already used them. They're on like, what, 8, 10% wear, and you can go another lap or two.
Yeah.
So you can go further with your softs, and you can stretch it to a soft hard, and it'll be a lot more comparable to the medium hard runners.
Yeah, and the graphic in game, the predicted pit stop graphic, saying with new sets of softs you can go to lap 9, with used from qualifying, of course, you can go to lap 7. So we'll have to see how that plays out, but it's suggesting for 2 stops for both, but I'm sure most people will be going for a 1 stop, especially inside the top 10. I know some guys from Tier 1 were talking about doing soft medium yesterday at Bahrain, and I haven't a clue how they do that.
I would be very scared to try it.
My softs are like 20% after lap 1. So.
Yeah, the thing is, it's one of the things that may be doable and may be relatively fast overall. But would you really want to do it? Would that feel good? I would feel terrible the whole time.
Just defending all your positions all the time. So we're going to come up and form the grid then, Bahrain Grand Prix. To keep an eye on Van, maybe he can make the most of those tyres early on.
Yeah, if he can get a good start off the line as well, he'll really put him in good stead for the race. Being able to get in front of the medium runners at the start, and make them most to his tyres.
Yeah, and another one to watch, of course, is Ace Boy on the mediums. Gonna try and go along.
Yeah, Ace Boy is definitely one to watch, along with definitely Boss, the top 2 finishers from last week. You'd expect to see them higher up if last week's pace was anything to go by. They're clearly very good drivers.
And we're looking to go here in Bahrain. It's 5 red lights. And what was that? And the Flash leads them away, but XTXB got a roaring start. And he didn't. No, this is when sorry, I can't commentate on this. It's literally like, okay, Flesh River is, sorry, everyone is desynced. I don't know where anyone is. KK Hunter and P3 looking to make a move on the Williams and Meme TV, who's now apparently in P1. Flesh River down to P5 after the start. I'm not sure that's correct. We'll have to wait and see when it updates.
Apparently your stream's gone offline, so maybe you've lagged out or something. I'm not sure.
The stream's still online.
Oh, it just
I'm watching
buffered.
it now.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the leaderboard for you? It says Meme TV.
I've got
P1.
Meme, KK Hunter, Flesh River, Pixel,
Yes.
Bot.
Okay, I think it's sorted itself out now.
Yeah, there's definitely an issue at the start. I had Faum, I think it was Faum and Leglaf jump start. But I know Leglaf is an AI player, I believe, because he's left.
Yeah, so we're just looking at the battles here then. Yeah, and a couple of people have left. So it's going to be Meme TV. He's got a brilliant start then, because he was started what?
Yellow flags on Red Bull.
P7?
Edward.
And that's not a good start for him, but KK Hunter into turn 1. There's no DRS, but he does have the slipstream, and he might be looking to make a move. And he's going to try and go around the outside. The outside is the place to do it at Bahrain, but if you've not got the drive, you're not going to get that done. And yeah, it's basically the 2 AI cars of Leglaf and Faum that are just messing the leaderboard up. So let's have a look further down the field. And it looks like definitely Bot is on the back of Pixel. Pixel from P3 they're now down to P4.
Yeah, so a great start from a lot of the medium runners, it looks like. They've all sort of moved up the grid and we've got 4 in the top 10 now. So definitely Bot, of course, if you're looking to stick to Pexel and maybe even overtake him.
A couple of midfield battles going on as well. We'll have to keep an eye on them. So T Sargos on the back of Leglaf. No, he's an AI car. So yeah, Max and Edward had to pit. Maybe they had a collision, some wing damage, but that's not a good start to their race. But Flesh River down to P3 from starting on pole.
Yeah, he's still in the race though, he's still in, definitely within touching distance of the boys in front. Someone who maybe hasn't had the best of starts would be Ace Boy. He's dropped a position and he's outside of DRS range. So when that gets turned on, he may find himself drifting off into no man's land.
Yeah.
See, yellow flag,
that's
it's
Edward
again. The same corner, caught him out earlier. He's having real trouble.
So XTXP started P2 and he's down in P12. So that's not, obviously that's not good for him.
He's had a shocker of a start for sure.
And that looks like Flesh River's closer to KK Hunter. And DRS has been enabled as we're at the start of lap 3. And it's looking like a 5-car battle out front for the lead. We're definitely Bot hanging on in there. Bebex out of DRS, so he'll have to push on his softs to catch up. But speaking of that, he's got a bit wide, and Bajeliuk and Crystals are going to have a look here if they get any sniff of the Alpha Tauri into turn 1. Look at someone else, it's KK Hunter. And he's going to try and go to the outside then for turn 1. And he's going to lock up, but he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done, and maybe Meme TV, if he does have the DRS here, may be able to get it back. He'll have to deploy all sorts of engine modes.
And there's a big issue on turn 1 for as an Alpha, it's Kebab. Oh
no, he qualified so well.
He's had an issue. I think his wing seems to be intact, however, so he may not need to pit. But just in front of him is
Flesh River. Flesh River. What's happened to Flesh River? Flesh River has just gone for P3, and now he's gone down to P11. So he must have made a massive mistake there. So I think that's Edward again having more issues. But Flesh River down to P11. Must have got somewhere or span or something.
Something's gone horribly wrong for him.
You don't lose that much of time.
That front pack is now down to 4 cars.
Yeah.
Definitely sitting up just at the back of them with his mediums. He's probably pretty happy with where he is right now. He's got to feel like this is an ideal spot.
That's XTXP is out of the session.
XTXP is in the wall from the look of it.
This is when you see yellow flags, you sort of slow down and think what you're doing with your strategy. But Pixel coming to the inside of turn 1 on Meme TV. Careful not to outbrake himself, which he kind of does, but the angle he was at, he gets to keep the position. And
really cuts that corner.
Yeah, and Bibix making up places into turn 1. Definitely Bot getting past Meme TV as well, so there's places being exchanged left, right and centre.
Looks like they're already.
It's like Bibix has got a problem. Whoa!
Oh!
Did you see that?
That's the other.
He flipped in the air. Safety car is deployed.
Ooh, okay.
That is a saviour for the soft runners. Did you see that crash? That deserves a PowerPoint replay.
I did didn't see it. I'm actually gutted.
Have a look on the
I live
stream.
for this.
That is the car. Okay, I missed it. I missed the car flipping on the replay.
Oh.
Go look back on the stream. That was an absolutely crazy crash. I just caught it in time. Anyway, the safety car is out. What's going to be the strategy now then?
Huge moment. Well, we've got a lot of the soft runners. You'd expect them to come in. Their tyres are starting to feel bad now, and I think they could probably two-stop it very comfortably now. I'm not sure if you could go hard to the end from here. It's probably not something you want to do.
And there are definitely
But
bots
yeah, everyone's
coming in as
piling
well.
into the pits.
So even the medium runners.
Even the mediums. And
There's,
one
apart
person is
from
in the shade
Virginia.
is there. Visually.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would,
If I was
be
on
okay with
mediums, I'd
staying
just
out.
stay out. Yeah.
because you can't one-stop it from here.
Yeah, I think Bijeliuk has made the right call on that one, but we'll have to wait for the race to pan out as the safety car picks up the leader. We're going to see any position changes in the pits, and I think Van is up to P2. It says he's on 0 lap old tyres, but I think he hasn't pit. I think those are the same tyres he started on.
He definitely didn't pit just now,
Yeah.
so I think that might be a bit of a bug.
And I just need to give an invite here to someone.
I think how else we got. Looks like all those front runners on the softs have gone on to the mediums, so they're all committing to a two-stop strategy. I can see definitely Bot. He was one of our medium runners, as well as Ace Boy. They've both gone on to hards now, so they're looking to one-stop this and take these hards to the end. That may be quite difficult. I'm not sure I'd want to be driving around with 20 lap old hards, but it may be possible.
Yeah, and so T-Cycles has gone on to the softs. I don't know if he started on them or not. I think if he started on them, he would be further high up in the order. So that's an interesting strategy call from him. Obviously, those likes of Kebab and Edouard who had the incident at the start will be back in this race.
Yeah, I think if you're one of those people that's been caught up in the troubles and end up at the back, you've got to be. You always love to see the safety car. It's like it's a saviour.
That's nice illegal exchanging of positions. Oh, it's with the AI cars, so it's not okay.
Are you able to invite, Joel?
I tried, but I couldn't. I don't have the option.
Yeah, I don't have the option either. Don't.
Bijeliuk's disqualified for ignoring yellow flags.
Oh no.
He was in the lead. Nice.
Was he just not? Was he going too fast or too slow?
Did he overtake the safety car? I don't know. He's out the race. Dragon, does a disqualification count as a DNF? I want to know. His AI is still acting like he's in the race, so that's weird. He hasn't pulled off or anything. Let's have a look at the race director. Means Van now leads the race. There's literally nothing for Bijeliuk, so I don't know what that was about. Anyway, safety car is in this lap. We're going to get back with the action. A pixel, a 5-second penalty for collision bot.
Crystals with a penalty as well from collision with Mehmet.
Yeah, then we're back underway. And Philoctitis is looking to have the run on Van into turn 1 then, as he sends it to the inside. It's not going to work out this time, but that brings KK Hunter into the fight. Is he going to go around the outside before they even get to the end of the straight? And he's going to look to go to the inside of Van here, and his KK Hunter on the charge. He locks up, and Philoctitis in the pink Mercedes goes back down the inside of the Red Bull. And this is a brilliant restart, and it's not done yet. It's the Red Bull of KK Hunter, and then Pixel behind Leglaf in the Mercedes, trying to fend off the McLaren there. And here we go then, down the back straight. But that was a mega restart from KK Hunter.
Got a yellow at the back of the pack.
I think that is
Ace
Ball.
in the Renault.
Yeah. And that's Pixel trying to go down the inside of Hunter. And he gets that done. So Van on his old soft tyres, we believe, and everyone else on old or used mediums, as KK Hunter is trying to look for another position.
They're definitely on. They're still showing 0 laps, and we know that's not true.
Yeah, and obviously the Red Bull coming to the inside now of Pixel, trying to get him back then, and maybe he's going to get Philoctitis as well. He's not close enough, but the outside really is the optimal line. You get squeezed on the curb going into turn 1 here at Bahrain. So that's, you want to be on the outside if you're making a move. And Mehmet and definitely Bot going toe to toe. And who's that? Who's Span?
Kebab.
I think that's Kebab. It is.
I don't think there was contact, but that's a really tricky traction zone there, and he's lost it. But I think his front wing survived from the look of it. I was like, Van is pulling away at the front of this race on these softs.
Yeah, all the battling is helping him out, isn't it? And might be Van's chance to get a good result here. So, they're all sticking with the train. So it's from P2, and there's a big DRS train. Of course, DRS isn't enabled yet after the safety car. When it is, Van will have even more opportunity to pull away because of the extra fights that will be going on.
Yeah, there's definitely a big train behind him from Philo down to Sargos in P10.
And KK Hunter, I noticed every time he goes into the final corner behind another car, he just looks out from behind to let them know they're there, getting their mirrors. I'm coming for you on the next straight, he says, and coming for Pixel he is, although Pixel is looking closer to Philoctitis. He's not going to make a move. See if there are any other moves further down the field. Doesn't look like it. They're definitely closing in with DRS now is enabled. And that's Pixel going to the inside then. The Racing Point should get that move done on the fresher tyres.
But Philo gets a better exit. Oh, and he's spun out. He's lost it.
That's so bad for Philo, trying to get the switch back on the power early. That reminds me of Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah, he's just too keen on the power. And that's probably ended his race if there's no further safety cars.
Virtual safety car at the moment.
It's not going to be enough to save his race, is it?
No.
He's gonna have to pit for a new wing, and I think probably a set of hard tyres.
Now the problem is no one can overtake him, and he's going to be slow because there's wing damage. But maybe if Van gets to the pits now, if he goes into hards, I think he can.
If he can reach the pits, yeah, brilliant. But VSCs don't last that long, do they?
No.
It's already feeling like a long VSC.
Yeah.
He's had to stamp on the brakes a bit there for his Delta. But he may be able to get away with shaving a few seconds off a potential pit stop here.
Yeah, let's have a
Coming
look.
in.
Okay, no. He's made the right call, I think. Because it's just ended the VSC, and KK Hunter gonna get past Pixel on the restart. A fairly easy move for him, and definitely Bots right on the back as well.
Reset.
Whoa, that was massive. Trying to get a switch back. KK Hunter knows how to race, but so does Pixel, and they're gonna go toe to toe up the hill.
Pixel's got DRS here.
Around the outside, a bit of wheel banging.
Are they going too wide into the S? Oh, it's
Oh
tight.
no, no! Oh, okay,
Oh.
Pixel wing damage. I just saw a piece of his wing come off. Yeah, it's front left end plate. And definitely Bot now on those hards, going to the end. He's in a good position.
Yeah, it's all playing into his hands here. These people in front of him losing it.
And then it locks up then, does Pixel with the wing damage.
Contact in the rear. KK Hunter just tapped
getting
it
a bit feisty under the collar, aren't they, all these drivers? And a massive pack behind. And definitely Bot! No, he's spun! He's gone into Pixel, was it? Yeah, and he's thrown that one away.
His front wheels there just tapped Pixel's rear as Pixel turned in. Not sure, we might have to have a look at that in the steward's booth later on. But really unfortunate for him.
So we're going to go for round 12. Down into turn 1 this evening as KK Hunter's going to get the move done on Pixel. Brings him up into the lead after Van pits. And is Pixel going to get the counter move on him again? I assume when Pixel pits again, he's going to have to replace his wing. I don't know how much it's affecting him.
Oh.
Wow.
Boys.
This is very, very close racing, and we've done well so far not to have a big crash. The Flesh River's being brought back into the race.
Very impatient from a few of the guys. You know, just take a chill pill. You don't need to send it every corner.
Like as Crystals is doing now. That was a good move actually from Crystals.
Yeah, it was out of nowhere.
Very
They probably caught
opportunistic.
Flesh River off there.
Yeah, and you can see Pixel locking up in that hairpin. Probably the wing damage doesn't help as well with that. But KK Hunter leading the train. And if these guys keep fighting, I think Van is gonna emerge. Well, still in the lead, you'd have to say.
Looks like he's doing a soft medium.
It's a bold strategy. I suppose
I'm not
because
sure
he's
if
on
he
the
hit
new
really
softs, then he.
But yeah.
And he could. And
It's
Crystals has
showing
got the run of
11
dreams.
laps.
Crystals is he gonna have a look into here? Pixel
gives
is
him lots of
wiser. He
space.
knows he's gonna get the DRS. And that's Flesh
Pixel's coming
River.
in.
That's Flesh River. He's span. And the final corner is
Pixel's lack
racing
of an
gone
end
from
plate.
bad to worse.
Really costing him there. He's got to come in and replace that.
Yeah. So in comes Pixel. He's got his penalty of 5 seconds as well under the safety car. And that's Crystals
great. We weren't having any
looking for
cars
another
left.
overtake. Is Crystals. He's going to get that switch back on definitely Bot. No, he's going to go around the outside. Hards versus softs, but he's going to make this work, it seems like. Another ding-dong battle.
So close. I think he gets the better of Sargos there. But it's edge of your seat stuff. People seem to be finding the most inopportune moments to go for an overtake. You've got to calm down, boys.
Just need to calm down just for a minute whilst people have pit.
Let's see.
Is that Max and Leglaf? They're just two ghosted cars.
Yeah, Max is an AI, as is Leglaf.
And people are starting to get penalties now, but it's not too
And Fan.
not too common to get penalties around here. It's not like it's not as bad as Australia. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
thought.
Australia is horrific for penalties. This is probably one of the tracks where you should be aiming for no penalties. You might get one if you're a bit unfortunate, but it's definitely more than doable to get 0 while pushing, and it's something you should aim for. And there's a McLaren in the pit, so that's the fan AI. Ignore me.
And Van is coming into a crucial part in his race now, really. He's on the fresh tyres. If he wants to emerge in the lead, he has to get past this traffic. Although obviously they are ghosted ahead of him. But he will come across some traffic at some point. And yeah, because Pixel has already pit, and he was P3. And he's looking to be, well, miles behind, really, after that penalty and the wing change, of course.
Yeah, it's going to cost him a lot of time. And of course, this is his second stop. He pitted earlier under the safety car, I believe. So having to, I think he intended to go another 5 laps or so on the mediums and then switch back to softs or another set of mediums to finish the race. And now he's got to do it on hards. So his strategy's gone out the window there. It's one of the unfortunate consequences of getting into so many fights. It's the chances of them all of them ending well for you is just so slim. You've got to be careful.
I think it's going to be...
Brunt,
Yeah,
I can see definitely bot there, flying past Shaka on the main straight. We know he'll be going to the end, or at least trying to on these hards, as well as Crystal's in front of him. Whereas I think these medium runners around them are going to have to come in again. So it's looking like these are our 2 front runners for the race win, potentially, provided no other crazy business goes on, which is a lot to ask.
So yeah, those who pit now, Max and Leglaf onto the hards. So it's still interesting that, that Van went onto the mediums and not the hards.
It is. I get the impression he may have practiced for a 1 stop here, and he thinks he can take the mediums all the way. So good luck to him, but I'm not sure he'll enjoy it when I get into those last few laps. I mean, it is bugged at the moment. He's showing 16 lap mediums, which is definitely not the case. Someone who did have a terrible start was Edward. We've seen him crash multiple times on stream, I think, today. He's found himself in P8, though, on a set of hards that he may try and stretch all the way to the end. I'm not sure how they'll cope, but I think he might try it. It looks like there's a lot of gaps for me. We don't really have any DRS battles popping. Van is going on Edward now. Looks to work his way up through the pack, and he's way overshot it there. Locks up, and he has to give the position back to Edward. Now he's going to try and get himself back into range, stick with him through the S section, and hopefully use that DRS again on the back straight. Further up the field, I can see Crystals perhaps might be gaining a bit on KK Hunt, who's only 2/10 out of DRS now. And those medium runners up front are probably starting to struggle a little. They're going to be feeling the wear for sure. You see Sargas pick up a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, who's that? So it's Van. That's Van going down the inside of Edward. Guess that done.
Makes it stick this time.
He's going to be...
looks like he'll get the chance to go back at him on the main straight. Edward comes into the pits. Looks like he's had enough of those hards. put on some mediums. I think that's looking to gamble perhaps on a potential late safety car, where he won't have to come into the pits and gain up lots of positions while everyone else does, because he's quite a way off the points positions right now, so he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against a late safety car, but
Yeah,
you
not
never
from what
know.
we've seen. Hopefully, I think the pack will start to converge a bit again towards the end of the race once everyone's strategy fully pays out. I can see Beejaluk is right on the back of Ace Boy now, and that's Van. He's spun around. He's lost it.
That's not good for Van, and he's just reset the track. I think he had a collision actually with Kebab. Yeah.
Kebab is going to be really ruining it today. He's had a number of incidents. It's really a real shame, because we've seen how fast he can be.
Yeah.
And what could potentially be a very important penalty is I just saw Crystals pick up 3 seconds. And I think that is currently net P1. So a huge chance for definitely Bot to take full advantage of that. I'm going to actually take a look through the race director and see what other penalties there are. I've not seen many. People are generally quite behaved around Bahrain in terms of corner cutting.
There's a Pixel with a massive send on Kebab, locks up all 4 tyres, and he's gonna come out of the corner further behind he was when he went in.
Yeah, I think Crystals is the only penalty I can see on the front runners.
Yeah, and these 3 are closing in on each other now, so be interesting
Goes
to
really
see.
wide there.
Yeah, so I think definitely Bot's going to get the run. If he gets any sort of chance, he'll take it.
And Crystals is coming into the pits. Does he have an issue?
I'm not sure, but
He's serving a penalty.
is it under VSC?
He's getting a new wing. He's getting a new wing. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that. I think that may be his race done for the win then. Definitely Bot is going to be in prime position to go all the way here.
And I think that is that Edward again. Yeah, I think he's had another issue. So saying about these medium runners ahead, definitely Bot round the outside of the hairpin.
Oh, wow.
Tried to go, but it's not going to work. He's going to get the DRS from this straight. And it's not actually KK Underwell because he was behind at the detection point. That was a very bold move.
Yeah, actually Flesh River behind them, going past Shaka on the straight there. Ooh. Shaka conceding the position, hoping to stick with him and take it back on one of the next straights coming up. But these are all medium runners. They're on 12 laps now. So they're going to be starting to think about their final tyres for the race. I imagine probably another set of softs in a lap or two. Definitely Bot goes past KK Hunter into turn 1. Nice and clean, well before the braking zone.
There's Flesh River pits now.
Flesh River, yeah, he's getting rid of these mediums. So a fresh set of softs to finish the race.
Oh my goodness, Bajeliuk sailing past Ace Boy.
Someone that has made a huge comeback. I think he definitely had a lot of issues earlier on in the race, but he's working his way back up the order.
See if he can keep this position. So he just fend off the Renault in the DRS zone. So 9 laps left.
Ooh, and Crystal sends it on Pixel. A bit of contact. I'm not sure if he got any damage there. I think he may have gotten away with it. But he's gone very wide coming out of that hairpin. A lot of people should be forcing the issue here. You know, we've seen a lot of incidents today, and this is a track with three DRS straights. There is so much time and opportunity to make a safe pass, especially if you're on softs and the guy in front of you is on hards. You know, there's no need to take those huge risks. Oh, and this tapped rears again. Close.
Yeah.
Pixel very aggressively defending this P9. He's not interested in giving it up, but Crystals is in his DRS, in the slipstream. He's trying to go around the outside into turn 1. Brakes later. Wheel to wheel, all the way around turn 2, and he takes the spot. But all that fighting has caused trouble. There's Flesh River now behind them, and there's quite a train here. Find ourselves in. From Van down to Flesh River, there's 4 trying to fight over his last points-paying positions.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Mema TV is in a brilliant position here. He's P4, and that's Flesh River who gets past Pixel now as well. So Pixel's struggling maybe on those hards. Oh, Crystal spins! He's sliding through the hairpin, and he keeps it on track.
There?
Nah, I don't know. It looked to me like
It
he
just seems like
just
such an
lost
odd
it.
place to spin. Perhaps on the traction on your exit, but it's sort of on the entry to the corner.
Van's being swamped now by Flesh River and Pixel, who are going to go side by
Oh,
side, and
Pixel!
Pixel's span. Something was going to happen there.
Shaq is coming in for his last pit stop towards the front, putting on some fresh softs for the last 6-7 laps. It looks like we have a clear front runner now. Definitely boxed 17 seconds clear. Unless something horrible happens, it looks like we may have a race winner.
And Memo TV got past Vizhelyuk on his fresh softs, so he'll be looking to maybe mount an attack. It's not going to really happen, but maybe with some penalties for definitely bot, he could be in the game, but it's a long shot.
Van just picks up 3 seconds there. You can see he's starting to struggle.
The two Renaults are fighting. That's Ace Boy and Pixel, who went side by side. Is he going to send it, Ace Boy?
Ooh.
He is! No team
Not
orders.
very gentlemanly. Supposed to be teammates, boys. Yeah, Ace Boy just pulls away in the traction now. Those fresh softs, not a chance for Pixel.
So I'm just going to check the penalty situation for the top 2. Definitely Bot has got no warnings, and Mema TV has got 2 warnings. So it looks like there aren't penalties to come into the play here.
Yeah.
So,
Shaq is going past Van on the back straight, on the home straight. Plenty of time into turn 1. No questions asked. Can be easy.
So that mistake by Van mid-race is really going to hurt him in terms of his finishing position, especially with everyone so close behind him.
Let's see. Yeah, Ace Boy's really pulled away from Pixel here. You can see the tyre advantage. It's already 2 seconds up.
Yeah.
And now Van's got to deal with Ace Boy. And Ace Boy's going around the outside into the hairpin. Oh! Van overshoots the corner, goes off track. And Ace Boy takes the position.
Bit of a aggressive driving then, a bit there. But looking at the gap from P1, there's 5 laps left, and in 2 laps, Mehmet TV has closed 4 seconds. So it's definitely not over. Obviously, catching is one thing, passing is another.
Yeah, and he's got to do more. You think these softs can go towards the end of the race? Are they going to be in a state where he can make a move stick? That's going to be the big question if he gets close enough.
Trying to send it into turn 1, it's not going to work out. He's going to have to wait for the next DRS straight. And he should get Flash River pretty easily here with a bit of a defending from McLaren.
Ooh. Are they going too wide into the S again? No.
Well, he tried to.
Yeah, he definitely thought about it. Play nice for a little bit and tuck in behind Flash River. Behind. I see Pixels right on the rear of Van Beets now. Just trying to get that last points playing position. Van Beets medium tyres are magical beings. 34 laps in a 25 lap race. Tremendous.
Yeah, Picasso sends it.
It's another send from Pixel. This time, perfectly clean.
Ace Point Shaka trading positions as well. Hello Carsten in chat, it's me, Joel and Inferno Koi commentating tonight. There's Shaka down the inside.
Tries to switch back. Oh, and he goes into his rear.
And,
Does he have damage from that? Seems like the kind of thing that would lose you an end plate from Ace Boy. Oh, he's struggling on traction coming out of that turner. A bit all over the shop.
Yeah, and Pixel got past Van as well during all that.
Mehmet now just under 10 seconds away from definitely bot. He is gaining, but is it going to be enough? That's the big question.
Yeah, I think his tyres have kind of gone off around now. I mean, it's still going to be faster, but...
Yeah, not fast enough to make 10 seconds up in 3 laps. It's a big ask.
Yeah. See, the situation on the ERS as well would help. So, yeah, Mehmet TV nearly out of ERS. It's not going to help his pursuit. Ace Boy and Shaka going to do battle into turn 1 once again. Right, Shaka can seize that one, knowing there's more DRS straights to get the position back.
Oh, Crystals has lost it. On the traction, he's reversing into the track. Oh my word. Thank God for ghosting. Oh dearie me. Oh, we may have to have a look at that later on, because pay attention to your surroundings. Come on.
I don't think he's got any damage, but... Oh, so Flesh River released from that fight then with the Ferrari. Oh, he spun again! He spun again!
Those tyres are cooked.
It's gone downhill
Ugh.
for
You have to be so careful now.
Crystals.
They're going to be so hot. Just the lightest movement on your wheel, the car just isn't interested in doing what you tell it to. Got to be so careful. Like, yeah, and there it is again.
He's gonna have to pit. No.
No,
Okay.
screw it. Gonna make it stick.
Look, Titus. Greek trying to overtake Crystals. So he goes to the outside, turn one. He should get it done, but Crystals, a very aggressive line cutting across there, sort of forced the Racing Point to concede the position. So KK Hunter's hunting for a podium, if you mind the pun. He's on the back of P3 of the Mercedes on fresh softs.
Yeah. He was one of the later pitters, so he's got to fancy his chances here, and he's going to go for it for sure. The question is when. He's got a long straight here. He's got 32% ERS. He can, but Beeger, look, it also has 50%. He's got a lot of juice in the tank, but he's going to make it. He's going to go for it with his DRS and his soft tyres around the outside. Probably brake later. No, Beach cross. Looks like this may be quite a tricky proposition. He's going to have another go. DRS on, but Beach look is defending well. And KK Hunter locks up there. That's going to do his softs no good at all. You can't afford to do that many times while following with those softs.
Yeah, I'm afraid I think that might be
Like a rock.
his chance is gone. Unless he can close up to have another go on the last lap. He still has DRS, yep, so he's still in detection.
He does. He is holding on. But and they've got similar ERS levels at around 30%. So he may yet be able to get him. Beach look there with a bad exit out of the penultimate corner. Let KK Hunters come back up to him. It's only 4 tenths back. They are really close. If he gets a good exit here, he may be able to get the job done on the straight. And then it looks good enough. He's right up his gearbox by the time DRS comes on. Bit of a tap on the straight.
Oh,
So far, so good for KK Hunter. Now the question is, can he hold it?
big cut there for Vigeliuk. And look,
And
Crystals
then
is
Ferrari
out.
off Crystals. Oh no. His race was so promising.
It's on the last
10 laps
lap
to go,
as
and
well.
it's gone bad to worse.
This battle for the final podium position will continue until the line. Maybe a photo finish.
And Ace Boys made it past Sargos. Coming into the S's there. The big.
And yeah, Flash River's looking on the back of him now as well. I think he got past.
Oh, Sargos really struggling on traction there. Looks like everybody's sort of skating on ice at the moment. All these tyres are just so dead.
Yeah, and Vigeliuk right on the back of KK Hunter. He's going to have to send it into this corner or get it on the line. But definitely Bot wins, and Mehmet TV will come across the line in P2. But the main battle is to see who will get this podium place. Looks like KK Hunter is just about going to hold on. He does. And he gets a podium, but Flesh River is going to go toe-to-toe with T. Sargos here for P6. Who's going to get it on the line? Flesh River does not have DRS. T. Sargos does. They come across the line, and Flesh River gets P5 on penalties anyway.
Yeah, Ace Boy drops down. Sargos drops down a lot of places. Down to P9.
Yeah,
Pixel
and
pits him into P8.
good drive from definitely Bot, taking the win, kind of dominantly, you would say.
Yeah, the strategy worked out for him in the end. He got on his hards. I think he pit for the hards with the safety car and just one-stopped it.
Yeah, it's a good strategy from him. Bijeliuk just missing out on his first podium by 0.3 of a second. So the fireworks go off here in Bahrain, and that is the Tier 4 race, the first race of Bahrain on F1 2020 in the SLR League. I'm sure the other tiers will be looking to have hopefully a less eventful race, less collisions, but good stuff from the boys, showing us they can race.
That's just Michael Schumacher.
That's why
Didn't
he's
know you could
winning.
do that. Yeah, it's a bit cheating, really, isn't it? Got boosted driver stats.
Yeah, Mehmet TV P2, KK Hunter P3. So yeah, look at the final results then. The driver of the day, who do you think that should go to?
I think it's got to go to definitely Bot.
Yeah, he
Something really
started
cool at the start. He
P10.
stuck into the top 10. I think he qualified, what, 10th?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was 10th,
10th.
wasn't it? He started on the mediums, knew what he wanted to do, and then by the time all the strategies played out, he was miles ahead. He didn't have any penalties to talk about. I don't believe he was involved in any major incidents. I didn't see anything. He was sort of sticking to the back of the train where all the crazy dive bombing was happening, and he was just watching it, just enjoying the view, knowing that they all had to pit again.
Yeah, a drive worthy of the win, you would say. So that's the race. I think we're going to go to interviews now. So if any drivers are watching, if you want to go into the Corona Club or Gentleman's Lounge, we can drag you in for a quick interview. Let's have a look here. See who's waiting.
Let's see.
So we've got Sonny, he didn't race, and Van, he's got his mic closed, so we'll just wait for a minute, see if anyone else wants to join us. I think Van would like an interview, so we'll drag him in.
Let's get him in.
Mr. Van Beats, how are you?
What's up? I'm good.
How was that race for you? You know you were near the front for the start of it. Well, after the strategy played out in your hands, really.
Yeah.
But a couple of mistakes brought you down the field. What do you think about the race overall?
I didn't expect much going in, so I'm really happy with 1 point right now. I was surprised, to make the one-stop soft to medium work, because I was like, okay, I'm just going to test it for fun. I'm not going to be up in the field, up top 10 anyways. And then the safety car came out. I'm really thinking to myself, should I do it? Should I pit or should I stay out? So I looked at my tire wear. It was only 20%. So I'm okay, I'll just stay out because the safety car will just allow me to go to lap 11 or 12 to pit. And it ended up working. That restart was really fun too. I defended, I think, pretty well. And I was up by 2 seconds by the time I had to pit. So it was pretty fun. There was some bad luck for the Mercedes in front of me. He got teleported from 1st to 13th, apparently. Safety car was also pretty buggy. I don't know if you guys caught that on stream. But it was pretty fun. I had a lot of great battles.
Yeah, there was a couple of penalties around the safety car. I mean, the start was very bizarre. I think there was a couple people that disconnected because
Yeah, we had two.
their AIs just jump started.
Yeah, I was like,
ignored
oh,
everything.
that scared me. I was like, oh no. Could have almost jump started there. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, you made the one stop work. How were the tires at the end? Because it seemed like you're driving on ice a bit at times.
Yeah, I did have a spin, which happened unfortunately around turn 10. I think that's what.
Yeah,
it is,
that's the downhill hairpin, isn't it? I think I saw that one. I wasn't sure if it was a spin or someone hit you because you were in a bit of a train.
Yeah, I got spun by myself. It was a really bad mistake. But my tire wear at the end for the softs were 50% because of the safety car, I would assume, and then the mediums, they were around 68.
Yeah.
So I think it's doable, especially if you're fast.
Yeah, percentage-wise, I think big out because you started on a fresh set of softs, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't have to use them for qualifying, so it buys you an extra lap or two.
Definitely.
So, what are you planning to do next week? Have you driven Vietnam at all?
Yep, I drove Vietnam last Sunday, and it was not fun. I'm not really expecting anything out of that. Like, that turn 2 is just not it.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what turn 2 is, so...
I'm just not looking forward to it, but I mean, I'll give it a go and
it
see
will
what
be an
happens.
interesting week of races, I'm sure.
Definitely. I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't even think about Vietnam. I can't even drive a lap out there without crashing. So that'll be fun. I think KK Hunter wants an interview as well. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And for racing.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye bye.
Alright, cheers.
Hello, Mr. KK Hunter, if you can hear us.
Yes, I do.
How are
I
you?
can
sir?
hear. I'm fine.
P3, wasn't it? Very close at the end there.
Yeah, it was intense to get close to the Mercedes. I had a broken front wing from some incidents, I think, with Pixel. And someone lapped 10-11, I don't know. There was some intense fighting going on, and I decided to not change it back in the end. And made it a little bit more intense to get past that Mercedes, but I could make it, and I'm quite happy with it.
That might explain why. I think there was a lap or two left, and it looked like you'd almost lost. Yeah, you tried to go for it, and he kept his position, and we thought, oh, it looks like that might be the end of that window. But you made it stick later on.
When I didn't get past him in I think lap 27, I made a little mistake into turn 4. I think broke a brake too late, and then I was like, oh, damn, my tires are gone anyway, so it's gonna be hard. But he struggled as well, I think, especially into the long right hand on sector 2. He lost it, I think, in lap 28 almost.
Yeah,
but I could get closer.
Yeah, I saw his delta between you two. Really, you gained about half a second going through there. So it looked, and then it was on again, really, wasn't it? And you made it stick on the straight.
Yeah, it was pretty hard, and he defended really good in the end. But yeah, I'm happy I made it. I didn't check for penalties, what I usually did. But this time I was like, no, if he's had a penalty, I don't care. I still want to beat him on track. And in the end, he didn't have any, so it was the right move.
Yeah, always gotta think or just sort of act as though they've not got any, because you never know. You might make the mistakes yourself and pick up a penalty, and then you just feel like a right idiot.
Exactly. And I know myself, and that happened a lot in the past, doing stupid mistakes and getting that penalty that I tried to avoid. But this time, I think it was quite good for me without any practice. Like 5 minutes before the race, I was told, okay, you can jump in.
Yeah, it's can't fault a podium with 5 minutes practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to be around next week?
If I can jump in again, I would like to, of course. Would be pretty cool. A split is pretty fun. It's really tight at the top.
Yeah, I think there was quite a lot of drivers there who definitely have the ability to fight for a win. I think there was a lot of action for sure. There's lots of trains. It was very close for most of the race.
Yeah, exactly, and it's fun that you can try different strategies here in Bahrain. Like that gave the P1 the win, I think, with medium hards, if I remember correctly.
I think he started on he qualified on the mediums, and then I think he pit for hards under the safety car and stretched them all the way to the end.
Not bad, not bad. That's pretty long period of hards. I think the safety car came in somewhat lap 6 or something.
Yeah, I think it was lap 5, so even earlier. But
Yeah, well
the hards are just about capable. I mean, he was losing a lot of time towards the very end, but it was he still had a nice 6 or 7 seconds, I think, gap.
And then props to him as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to
Yeah,
bring
he
him in
drove
now as
a
well.
great
I
race.
think he's waiting, so we'll bring him in. Hello, definitely bot. You're in the interview lounge. How are you, sir?
Hello, guys. Quite good, I must say.
How was that race for you? Obviously winning. You had the pressure at the end with Mare TV on the softs. Did you ever think he could catch you, or were you comfortable where you were?
I think for some reason I had a very strong pace with both of the compounds I used on the race. I knew he was getting close, but I didn't feel any pressure, to be honest. I knew his softs at the end would fall back, and so they did.
Sure, so that's 2 wins out of 2 for you so far, so I think you're looking good for the championship. Who do you think would be your closest rival at the moment?
I don't think there's only one.
Anyone?
There
That's the thing with Tier 4, so many different people are up there at different tracks that suit them. So if you can be consistent.
Mehmet is definitely one of the strong guys in the league right now. Galileo was also very good. Ace Boy as well. There are plenty of good drivers out there, and it's a long season.
Yeah.
It is long. Have you got any sort of favourite tracks coming up that you're looking forward to?
I'm pretty curious to race at Hanoi.
That's next week, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's new, and it's quite tricky.
Yeah, I think that will next week will really show the differences in preparation. I think there's a lot of tracks like Australia, for instance. It's been in the game for ever. I mean, I remember driving that track in F1 1997. So Hanoi, though, I did 30 minutes in time trial or career mode, and it was horrible. I don't really want to go back. So
I don't know. I'm actually enjoying Hanoi at the moment, of course.
Yeah.
The
Until you
setup.
crash.
Yeah, of course. It's always that. I don't know. Hanoi will be a good challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
New track. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your win. And,
Thank you very much.
Hope it goes well for you next week as well, getting that practice. And yeah, hopefully you'll be back in this lounge again next week with another win. Maybe we'll have to wait and see.
Hope to see you again.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So I think that is us done for tonight. I'm not sure anyone else wants any interviews.
Empty lounge.
Pardon?
It's an empty lounge. I think we may be done.
I think we are done. So thank you for watching the stream, guys. First time streaming to EGL, so apologies for any technical issues there were. There was a bit of a lag. We'll have to sort that out for next time. But yeah, thank you for staying and watching the race. I think it was pretty good. And until next time, I think tomorrow it will be Tier 3 with Mr. Wimpy, so make sure you tune in for that. Same time tomorrow. But until then, we'll see you next time. Got anything else to say, Inferno?
No, thank you for having me, Joel. It's been a good experience, I'm sure. Had fun.
Sure. And we'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.